Hello everyone and welcome to Storytime. Today we have a wonderful tale about a very, very tall giraffe and his very, very mischievous best friend. In the middle of a big, sunny savannah lived a giraffe named Gary. Gary wasn't just tall. He was fantastically, unbelievably tall. His head was so high up that he could say hello to the birds nesting in the tallest acacia trees. His best friend was a little monkey named Milo. Milo was the opposite of Gary. He was small, quick, and full of cheeky ideas. One bright morning, Gary was munching on some delicious green leaves. These are extra yummy today, he mumbled with his mouth full. Down below, Milo was swinging from a branch board. He watched Gary's head disappear into the treetop, and an idea sparked in his furry little head. "Hey, Gary," Milo chattered, scampering up the trunk. "Up there, have you ever tasted a cloud?" Gary paused his chewing and looked down, which was a very long way. "A cloud, Milo. Don't be silly. You can't eat clouds. They're just fluffy water." "But they look so soft and sweet," Milo insisted, pointing a tiny finger at a perfect, puffy white cloud drifting lazily overhead. "They look like giant scoops of vanilla ice cream, or maybe cotton candy." "You're tall enough, Gary. Just one little nibble." Gary was a sensible giraffe, but Milo's words planted a seed of curiosity. The cloud did look awfully delicious. It was round and plump and looked much more interesting than his usual leaves. "Well," Gary said slowly, "I suppose one tiny taste couldn't hurt." He stretched his long, long neck even higher. He stretched and stretched until his nose was tickling the bottom of the cloud. Milo cheered from the tree. "Go on, Gary, go on." Gary opened his mouth and took a big bite, but instead of sweet cotton candy, his mouth filled with nothing. "Just cold, wet mist," Blackie spluttered, shaking his head. "Milo, it tastes like a foggy morning." Milo tumbled down the branch, laughing so hard he almost fell off. I knew it, he squealed. Gary was a little embarrassed, but he couldn't stay grumpy at his friend for long. "All right, you little rascal," he chuckled. "You got me, but now I have a real hankering for something sweet. Ooh, I know just the thing." Milo's eyes lit up. The legendary banana bonanza tree. They say it has the sweetest, most golden bananas in the entire savannah, but it's on the other side of Whispering River. Jerry's ears perked up. An adventure. The Whispering River, isn't that where the grumpy hippo Horace lives? "That's the one," Milo said with a grin. "But with your long legs and my brilliant brain, we'll be unstoppable." So off they went. Gary strode gracefully across the plains, his long legs covering a lot of ground with each step. Milo rode on his back, acting as the navigator, pointing the way with a dramatic flair. Soon, they reached the Whispering River. It wasn't very wide, but the water swirled lazily, and right in the middle, mostly underwater, was a large, lumpy grey rock that occasionally snorted. That was Horace the hippo. Okay, plan A, whispered Milo from Jerry's ear. You wade across very, very quietly, and I'll provide moral support. Gary rolled his eyes. Quietly. Milo, I'm a giraffe. Quietly isn't really my thing. He took a careful step into the river. Splash. The big, lumpy rock twitched. 2 ears popped up, followed by 2 grumpy eyes. Who goes there? Rumbled a deep voice. It was Horace. Who dares disturb my afternoon nap? Uh-oh, squeaked Milo, hiding behind Jerry's ear. Gary, being a polite giraffe, decided honesty was the best policy. Good afternoon, Horace. It's just us, Gary and Milo. We're on a quest for the banana bonanza tree. Horace snorted, sending a spray of water into the air. Bananas. Why should I let you pass? My nap is far more important than your bananas. Milo peeked out. He had another idea. Wait, Mr. Horace, sir, we can make it worth your while. Gary here tells the best jokes in the whole savannah. Gary looked confused. I do. You do now. Milo whispered urgently. Tell him a joke. A really good one. Gary panicked. He wasn't a comedian. He thought hard. Okay. Why did the scarecrow win an award? Horace the hippo looked unimpressed. I don't know why. Because he was outstanding in his field, Gary said, a little too loudly. There was a moment of silence. Then a low rumble started deep in Horace's chest. It grew and grew until it erupted into a giant, watery laugh. Ha ha ho ho he. Outstanding in his field. Oh, that's a good one. Horace laughed so hard the whole river seemed to shake. All right, you two, you made me laugh. You may pass, but be quick about it. Gratefully, Gary waded the rest of the way across, with Milo giving him a tiny pat on the neck. See? I told you my brilliant brain would work. On the other side of the river, the jungle grew thicker. They followed a winding path until Milo suddenly shouted, "There, I see it." And there it was. It wasn't just a tree. It was a paradise of bananas. Huge bunches of bright yellow bananas hung from every branch, glowing in the sunlight. It smelled like pure sweetness. We did it, Gary cheered. He reached up his neck to grab a bunch, but just as he was about to, a flash of blue and green feathers swooped down and snatched the banana right from under his nose. Hey! Shouted Milo. A flock of brightly colored parrots were perched in the tree, chattering and squawking. Our bananas. One of them squawked finders keepers neck. Gary tried again, but the parrots were too fast. They swooped and swirled, guarding their treasure jealously. Gary was tall, but the parrots were quick and numerous. This is not going as planned. Gary sighed, his tummy rumbling. Milo tapped his chin thoughtfully. He watched the parrots for a moment. They weren't just guarding the bananas. They were dancing and showing off their beautiful feathers to each other. Another idea popped into his head. A truly mischievous one. Gary, he whispered. Do you remember the wobbly neck dance you do when you get an itch you cut unscratch? Gary blushed. Milo, that's embarrassing. I only do that in private. It's our only hope, Milo insisted. They love a good show. If you can distract them with your amazing dance moves, I can climb up and grab us some bananas. Gary sighed. A cloud tasting, a hippo joking, and now a dancing performance. This quest was getting stranger by the minute. But his stomach rumbled again, and the thought of those sweet bananas was too good to resist. Okay, fine, he said, but you owe me big time. Gary took a deep breath, planted his feet firmly, and began. He wobbled his long neck from side to side. He wiggled it like a giant noodle. He swayed and dipped in a way no giraffe had ever swayed or dipped before. It was ridiculous. It was clumsy. It was absolutely captivating. The parrots stopped their squawking. They stared, mesmerized by the strange wobbly dance of the giant giraffe. One by one, they flew from the banana branches to get a better view. It's working. Milo whispered, and like a furry brown blur, he scampered up the now unguarded trunk of the banana bonanza tree. He quickly twisted off a huge bunch of bananas and scurried back down. I got Gary. Let's go, he yelled. Gary stopped his dance immediately, feeling very silly. He knelt down, Milo hopped on his back with their prize, and they made their way back toward the river. When they reached the bank, Horace the hippo was still chuckling to himself. Outstanding in his field, he mumbled. He saw the bananas and gave them a happy grunt, letting them cross without another word. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, Gary and Milo sat under their favorite acacia tree. They peeled the sweet golden bananas and took a big bite. They were even more delicious than they had imagined. You know, Milo, Gary said, his mouth full of banana. This was a crazy day. I tasted a cloud, told a joke to a hippo, and danced for a flock of parrots. Milo grinned, banana smeared all over his face. I know, wasn't it the best adventure ever? Gary looked at his small, cheeky friend and then at the giant bunch of bananas. He had to admit, even though Milo's ideas were often ridiculous, they always led to the best stories. Yes, Milo, Gary chuckled. It really was. And as they finished their feast, watching the first stars appear in the sky, they knew that with a friend like each other, every day had the chance to be a new and wonderful adventure. Thanks for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the story of Gary and Milo. Don't forget to join us again for another adventure soon. Bye for now.